I'm gonna clap with something or a loud sound. That's me trying to sync the audio between 3 different things. So right now I'm filming with the EOS M that you can see there, and I've got a mic connected to my computer, and then I hope the screen is recording on my computer. So, and then I got the Zoom H4n here recording somewhat cleaner audio. I've got a fan down here because, man, it is just hot. So I do apologize if it does get picked up in the actual final video. It's not intentional. It's just too hot. I don't want to melt out here. So I'm gonna go over the photos that I took earlier this week, depending on when you watch this, like 4 or 5 days ago from when this is posted. This student, I've never done football photography before. This is the first time I've actually done this type of photography. But, I've done, my main area is event photography. I've shot some basketball, and I also had the chance to shoot some volleyball. But really, football is just something I've never actually shot, and so this was just a definite challenge for me to try and do. The concept's simple. You're tracking the object. You're tracking the person running with the ball, and that's all you're really doing. The only challenge is I've never used the Sigma 120 to 300, and so I'm trying to learn that. Secondly, I'm using a monopod, and that's something I'm very new with. I've never had to track anything with a monopod, so you're going to see my photos, and the students are actually practicing. So if you don't see, it's not going to be a lot of action, but I'm going to thumb through it as quickly as I can. So let's go take a look at what we see here. So I have the settings set up here so you can actually see what I shot at. I also shot with the 1.4x extender from Sigma. The lens has a Sigma 105mm filter the entire time. So I'll go 1:1 or 1:3 on some of these photos so we can see what's going on here. And let's see. Let's zoom in here. Where are we at? This is 1:1. In terms of detail and sharpness, it's pretty sharp. I'm shooting at 1600 ISO, f2.8 ISO 100. You're gonna notice me change to 3.2 at some point, and the shutter speed will drop to 1000. I think that might have been a bad idea, but anyway, let's keep going through this. Let's take a closer look at this guy here. Come on, load. There you go. You can notice there's a little bit of softness there. I'm not 100% sure what happened, but if you go 1:1 on a lot of the photos, you'll notice it's a little soft, but it's not really. I don't think it's really a big deal, the way I see it. Here's another one. Obviously, camera misfocus. Focus was on whatever was there, but I'm just gonna thumb through these fairly quickly and stop on certain ones that I think might be good. That's a sharp shot there. Obviously it's not great. You want to isolate the subject that's running. Here another misfocus, and like I said, I'm new to this, so I'm still trying to figure out the best AF settings on the 5D Mark III and the focus mode. I think I was using expansion mode a little bit, and then afterwards I changed it to single points. Take a look here. There's some motion going on. Zoom in 1:1. Yeah, you can see that softness there. So I don't know. I'm trying to see if there's anything that's tack sharp in the photo. There isn't. So that's I'm gonna put a lot on user error. So until I actually have used this enough times, since this is just the first time I've used. Look at these photos. I'm struggling just to track motion. And I'll tell you, I was having a lot of difficulty just tracking the movement wherever the ball was going. It was actually very difficult for me when the person was running and they were doing their play. And again, this is just practice. I would be going in the wrong direction. I'd follow the guy that was faking the play, like this guy here. He doesn't have the ball, so this happened a lot. And I think the second day I took photos, Yeah, that's a pretty sharp shot. The second time I took photos, it was similar. I was having trouble tracking it, so that's just something I have to learn and kind of figure out. So let's take a look here. Come on. I mean, I don't know what acceptable sharpness is for a lot of sports photographers are, but I mean that's pretty sharp. I mean, I don't know what else. I mean, how much sharper do you want a shot? I kind of like that one, but I mean, this is just practice. Going some movement there. All right, let's keep going. Again, missed focus. I mean, the camera's not focusing where it should be. Get a closer look here. 1:1. See, it kind of looks soft to me. I mean, it doesn't look tack sharp, but I mean, you go out of 1:1. I mean, you look at the picture as a whole, it looks pretty good. I mean, I don't know. I think in terms of quality, it's pretty good for the money. Oh, also, by the way, I don't know if I said this already, but the entire time with the 120 to 300, I shot at 300 millimeters. So I mean, that's pretty obvious since you're really shooting for that reach. I think I might have tried to change the zoom a little bit while I shot, but that just didn't seem like a smart idea because where the zoom ring is at, the barrel at that end is just so large. So trying to change focus is not going to happen very quickly. So let's take a look at this one here. I mean, I think the focus kind of hit the guy here at 54, but I mean it's still fairly sharp. So again, you let me know. I don't know. I've never shot football, so I don't know what technically is the best. What's the best example? But I mean, oh, but at this point, I've already dropped to 1/1000. So even at 1/1000, it's still not perfect for actually freezing action. You're still going to see some of that motion blur. So let's take a look. Yeah, focus hit on this guy here. So that's the one thing I got to work on is really figuring out the focus on the actual camera. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's find some key shots here. You know, again, if no one's actually moving, I mean, yeah, there's a little softness there, but I mean, I don't think it's a huge issue. All right, I think we got a pretty interesting sequence here. That's blur, you know, slightly soft. Load here. Let's go to 1.3. See, now this I can tell is pretty sharp. So this one did nail focus pretty good. I mean, compared to the previous shots that you saw. So again, another one of those examples where I got to work on my practice on this. So the Sigma 120 to 300. But I mean, it's able to produce really good shots. Okay, here we go. I think this one wasn't too bad. There is motion blur there. You can definitely see that. I don't know. Maybe I need to push my f-stop number to f4, or f3.5. Get a little more depth of field. I mean, it's pretty thin. But and in the out of focus area of the bokeh. Yep, so okay, there's another sequence where I don't know whether I was paying attention to it or not, but it did not hit focus on that guy. My focus point might have been in a different spot, so I don't know. Again, still working on it, so I'm just gonna keep thumbing through this. There's another one here. Oh, I actually pushed the exposure up on these photos. I had the exposure a little too high. The shutter speed at 1/2000, and so I had to push the shutter. So there's a bit of noise there in the shadows coming out. But I mean, sharpness. I mean, that's tack sharp there. But again, they're not moving, so we're really trying to test moving objects. So let me keep going. These are blurry. Didn't get them in focus. Kind of get in there. go. So because I haven't used any of the Canon ones, I don't know what to compare it to. I mean, for those of you out there who might have used the Canon 400 f2.8, I mean, I've only had a chance to hold one, but um, if you've used those and you liked them, then I mean, that's great. All right, let's keep going here. Now, I think, going 1-to-1 on these photos are probably a little extreme anyway. But I mean, I think a lot of people like to see how well it's doing at 1-to-1, especially with the Mark III. I mean, the Mark III can definitely produce some really nice shots. Let's see. Let me try and see if I can find when I put the extender on. Here we go. I think it's about where I start putting the extender on the camera. I did mention in the video that you're gonna need an extender, especially if you're in a full frame. I mean, it just depends. The talk is usually if you are shooting football and you have a 300 f2.8, you're pretty much going to position yourself in certain areas and kind of wait for the play to come to you and fill the frame as best as you can. But I think even with the extender, it's still pretty darn good. I mean, you could probably say, yeah, you're getting, it's a little soft, or there's a little bit of detail loss, and you can see here, you can see that softness. I don't know if, I'm not 100% sure where that's coming from. If that's from the filter, is that from the extender? I mean, of course, I'm sure it's going to affect it in some way. So let's see here. I mean, you still got the shot. Still doing pretty good. And the one thing I didn't get to test was low light. So I don't know how that's going to come out. Let's take a look. See if they're doing any more plays. I will say that having that extender on really does help with reach. I mean, I haven't actually got them on a football field yet, so I don't know yet. Let's see here. I don't know. You guys tell me. If you get to watch this, tell me how the sharpness is. Is it acceptable to you? And have you seen better? I mean, how sharp do you need it to be? I mean, you could probably run Photoshop's their vibration reduction feature. I mean, it could probably fix it just a tiny bit, sort of. I'm not sure. I mean, I've tried it before, but there's another one, different day. This is the 120 to 300, no extender on. This is the freshman playing. There was a sequence here that I thought was interesting. I'm trying to see it. Yeah, with this guy here. Let's see. So I'm tracking. Camera's doing pretty good. There was also another sequence when he ran the same play where it was pretty blurry. So, I mean, it's not everything. This is JV. No, yeah, JV. Again, so take a look at here. Focus is not hitting, and again, I'm going to say user error on that one. Blurry, 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 blurry. There we go. Then we got a few shots that hit focus. Pretty sharp. Pretty good. Again, I don't have the eye yet for football photography, so I'm just out there trying to follow the ball, which is usually the idea, right? So, man, it's gonna be a long video. Let's keep going. Let's see if there's a good one here. That was pretty good here. Let's see. Let's go 1-to-1. Ball. Okay, let's keep going. He didn't catch it. Alright guys, so those are the photos that I took about a week ago. Let me know what you think, whether you liked them or not. I'm probably going to be out shooting again. I went ahead and got a GoPro and a lavalier mic so I can do maybe some on-field recording and even mount the GoPro on top of the hot shoe, not sure which one it is, but maybe I can get some better vantage points of how I'm shooting. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked it, make sure you subscribed. If you liked it even more, hit the like button. Doing that will help me and encourage me to continue making some more videos, and definitely keep testing this beast of a lens, the Sigma 120-300 Sport 2.8.